Willie Whittle. It shall be dope. This is the podcast. Let's get into it.
There's so much more in store.
But when you get home, get your body and dust it off
Let me tell you now,
and over with it up.
there's so much more.
Now I want you to read
Yo,
these words.
anybody can do this. The only difference is I'm me. All trophies from the past come attached to it.
Listen, the genuine, articulate, The Alchemist, flame album, bro. Crazy. The song is called Details. Alchemist, Larry June. Once again, off the Genuine Articulate album, and this is on my soul right now, cause as soon as you hear first of all, Uncle Al be talking to people, you know what I mean, and it puts me in a position, it puts me in my bag, and here I am, right, and talking about praising this album or whatever. But my man's been working, and this sample. I mean, there's so much more. There's so much more in store. And you can't deny that. Like, there is so much more. The fact that we are who we are and we're trying to push every boundary and we're trying to go through every scenario, there's so much more in store for everybody else, for all of us. And I think one of the important things to really attach to with this statement is like just understanding that we got in front of us a picture frame, right? There's a picture frame in front of us, and we see what's in the picture frame, but what we don't see is the actual big picture. So it's look like a little frame, but a big picture, if that makes sense. And within this little frame, we may feel like everything that's in perspective today, everything that we understand, we see, we know today, is the move, is everything that we need to know right now. And that is not true. Like, the real big picture, the stuff that we can't see, the stuff that's on the outside of that frame, is so many things that's going on. You might see a person and feel their energy being impacted by the things that they can't see. Sometimes that tunnel vision puts you in a mindset that says, I have to get where I need to go. And you do that, right? You just say, all right, I got to focus in and go here. And I'm a big believer in locking in. I mean, if you check out the Eagle Mentality from earlier, a couple weeks ago that I recorded, it tells you about, that lock-in mentality, right? But I think what people don't understand when they aren't kind and when they aren't perceptive and receptive of the people that they see in front of them is that their picture is so much more. There could be a person standing in front of you that's presenting you with the utmost of everything that they got. It's taking them everything that they got to be that person, to present that presentation, to complete those tasks at work, to hold those meetings, to make those moves in front of you. And then behind them, there's so many things. There's you got kids who go through certain things. And for me personally, like, I'm making sure that my daughter is at the level that she needs to be. My son just started karate, so I'm trying to make sure that he's on par with getting his little routine together. My 17-year-old, he's on pace to graduate this year, which is a big deal, and that's a lot of prep work. I want to make sure that he's where he needs to be. My two olders, my grown-ups, I want to make sure that they're on pace to do everything that they hope and dream to do. So when you look at me and you see this picture, you just say like, all right, well, Willie has it together. And I do, because my bag is strong. I did all the fortification to my bag to make sure that it was strong. But sometimes it ain't all together. Like, that don't mean sometimes I can't, pull out my needle and thread and patch my bag up every once in a while, or rearrange the items that's in there so the bag would fit a little bit better. We're always going to need those adjustments. But man, there's so much more in store for my babies, for me, for your babies, like for you. Like there's just so much more in store. So the difference is in the details, and that's the name of the song is Details, off the Genuine Articulate album. Look at the details, but also understand the details within the picture frame. And then when you get to see that, you get to see the bigger picture. And then you don't have to know everybody's details. You don't have to understand that, oh, I didn't know that your kid was sick. I didn't know that, you just lost your one of your loved ones the other day. Well, would you have treated me any different knowing that, right? I don't need your sympathy per se. Like, I get it. If you want to, show love, you show love. That's different. But don't treat me different because of the person standing in front of you. But I say that with caution because some people, if they don't know how to treat people, they will not treat you different. They'll treat you like garbage. So be clear, like, you have to be willing to understand, hey, I'm going through some stuff, and this is the situation I'm in. And if you run into somebody who treats you in a way that you definitely don't want to be treated / deserve to be treated / this is not the situation I need to be in, let's be adults, remove ourselves from the situation. But if you are that person who does the mistreating, come on, man. Like, come on. Like, I know you got some stuff going on, and we don't need to go down that road, right? You get the energy that you put out. And as long as we all can understand, like, we're all walking down some kind of path, right? It might be rough for somebody. My path might be shining right now, and then somebody else's path is hell. And that's one of them things that just I don't think some people really see in front of them. But I think that it was a statement that I heard a couple days ago. And my man said, I can't put Satan on trial without going to hell for the witnesses. And I said, God damn, like, did you hear what that dude said? I can't put Satan on trial without going to hell for the witnesses. And I said, Lord, that's crazy, because you gotta go where they go to get the information that you need. You need, like, if I'm gonna put you on trial, Satan, all right, I gotta go where your people at. Like, I gotta figure you out where you at. I can't go to heaven to figure out what, how to prosecute Satan from hell. Like, that's crazy. So, and then just the whole metaphoric piece of, like, hey, I got the devil on trial in my heart, and I gotta put him up to grips, but I gotta go through hell to get that information. You know what I mean? I went through hell to understand the devil inside of me, so to speak. So I had to, pull out the truth. I had to go through hell to get the truth, to let the devil that's inside of me, the Satan that's inside of me, you know what I mean? And I say it, givingly, with the negative thoughts, the laziness, the procrastination ideas that I had, and anything else, right? I said, man, I had to put me on trial with the hell that I went through. I was like, man, that's a bar. That's crazy. So shout out to that dude. I can't remember who it was, but when I heard it, I was like, good night, that's a bar. Understanding is clear with a lot of people, bro. Listeners, we walking down a path to peace. And sometimes that peace is not what's the snapshot of the picture that's in front of us. So that picture frame catches that snapshot, and it says, here we are. This is me in the moment. This is me, with my bag on me, and whatever that bag looks like, whatever is going through, whatever turmoil, chaos, joy, achievements, accolades, despair, mental constructs that you're going through, whatever hurt, healing, or praise that you're going through, sometimes it don't all get captured in that picture frame. That picture frame is little compared to the actual big picture. I really just want to jump in and tell people that because it was on my heart. Like, and like I said, man, listening to Uncle Al, the Alchemist, the Genuine Articulate. I'm putting out promos like, you know what I mean, like I'm on the label or something. But check it out, and listen to the album, listen to some stuff that's gonna put some thoughts in your head, guys, because we're a more seasoned crowd. We're a more seasoned crowd, and I think when we talk to some of the people that's younger, make sure that we teach, make sure that we let them know, like, there's so much more in store. There's so much more in store than what you see in front of you. There's more than just thinking that you one of these YNs and you running around thinking that, like, holding a gun is the most important thing to me right now, or if I hustle, that's real money. Right? Like, okay, that's cool, but a lot of these people who make it and glorify, congrats, you made it. That's cool. But sometimes people chase an OG that ends up in jail. And then how good is your OG? Right? If your OG, if you training with somebody who, doesn't make it, or they, hey, I did a bid, I did another bid, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm on the run, I'm in the move, blah, blah, blah. And like, man, I look up to this guy. Like, yeah, okay, so you want to live the life of, that Rolling Stone. Everybody has a choice. Everybody has a choice. I just want y'all to take y'all time, look at the big picture. Don't just take that snapshot that's in that frame and just, be judgmental. And even for yourself, like, make sure if you taking that selfie and you putting it in a frame, make sure you understand what your bag looks like and what you understand your big picture to be, because we have to believe that there's so much more in store for all of us. It's not easy. It's gonna be work. It's gonna be work. Like, and for me to see the big picture, I done got my ass kicked, struggled, like, not physically, because I don't really lose fights or nothing like that, but mentally, emotionally, financially, I've been whooped, and all I can say is, like, man, I hope tomorrow is better, and here I am, right? And that's a big deal, to get to a point where I can speak to people and say, like, hey, I got to this point because of my perseverance, because I knew that there was something inside of me that said I can't stop. I got to keep pushing. So then you get to a place when you start actually seeing it, and then you know that there's so much more in store for us. So remember that as you walk this path on our mission to peace, that there's so much more in store. And as long as we do that with love in our hearts, it shall be dope. Thank y'all.